हाँ जी. So the next chapter, that is the structural organization in animals. From this chapter, cockroach part and all the other animals, that is earthworm and frog and cockroaches, that has been deleted. Only one topic which is left, that is that of the animal tissues. Animal tissues part is only left for your this session's exams, right? So you'll be getting the questions only based upon these animal tissues type of the questions. Different animal tissues we have studied, that is we have studied the 4 types of the animal tissues. What are the 4 types of animal tissues we have studied? Yes? Anji?
Epithelial.
What's that?
Epithelial tissue.
Epithelial tissue, that is the first. Second,
Connective.
connective tissue, yes.
Connective.
Yes, connective tissue. And what is the third? Third one is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue, in details also we have studied the structure of the sarcomere and everything in the chapter of locomotion and movement, right? And the last fourth tissue which we have studied is nervous tissue. Okay, nervous tissue. So these are the different, you can say, types of the tissues, the 4 kinds of the tissues that which we have studied. Furthermore, we have studied their own conditions, that is what are these, what are their roles and what are the functions and what are their types also. Okay, so coming to the first, that is the epithelial tissue. So what is the further subtypes of the epithelial tissue? What is the epithelial tissue first of all? It is a lining type of tissue. Lining means it is the one that which is helping in the organs, in the lining of the organs, the innermost lining mostly which is made up of all the organs, that is of the epithelial tissue. It can be of the different types, it's the epithelial tissue only, right? So the very first type of the epithelial tissue, that is the squamous epithelium. What is squamous epithelial tissue? Squamous, that consists of the square shaped cells, the square shaped cells also, these are small sized, these are flattened cells hote hain, so that they can be arranged in a small single sheet. If they are arranged one above the another, that is forming the layers, then they will be called as, yes, if the squamous epithelium is arranged in the layers, stratified squamous epithelial tissue, it will be hence termed as stratified squamous epithelial tissue. And this stratified is seen in the case of skin, right? Squamous epithelial is seen in the squamous epithelial tissue is seen in, yes, tell me. Where can you find the squamous epithelial tissue? चीक सेल्स, द चीक सेल्स, दैट इज द इनर चीक. अगर आप अपनी चीक में से इनर साइड में से, माउथ के इनर साइड में से आप इसको स्क्रैच करते हो एंड यू प्रिपेयर अ स्लाइड टू सी दीज सेल्स, these are irregularly shaped like more or less, these are squamous shaped, square shaped, ठीक है, and flattened cells, and they'll be forming the squamous epithelial tissue types. Second type which we have studied, that is a columnar epithelial. Columnar, as the name says, the cells are more elongated than wide, column shaped, and also there are the conditions of the nucleus. What is the condition of the nucleus here? Yes?
Nucleus at base.
Huh? What is the condition of the
Nucleus is
nucleus?
present at base.
Nucleus are elongated and they are arranged over the, you can say, along the sides. Yes, along the side of the cell, they are arranged over the bottom part, that is down. Like if this is the cell, agar ye cell hai hamare paas, let's say these are all arranged over the basement membranes first of all, hai na? The cells nuclei, they will be elongated, they will be present at the side and also near to the base. Okay, that is not near to the top. So the nuclei, they are extended and they are present at the sides, that is along the walls, that is near to the walls. Okay, that is a columnar epithelium. Then the next is a cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelial tissue. As the name is saying, cuboidal means cube shaped. That is, as they are wide, they are as tall as wide, right? So cuboid shape, cube shape, they are basically. So this is the cuboidal epithelium, and it is found in those areas, in those parts of the body where there is cushiony type of the look is present, or where the requirement is like that of the cushiony tissue. Okay, so this forms a layer over there in those parts. That is the cuboidal epithelial tissue, right? So cuboidal may be same, that is they are more wide and more tall, like as they are wide, as they are tall, right? So then is after cuboidal, the fourth type is ciliated columnar. Ciliated columnar, what it is? What is ciliated columnar epithelial tissue now? Ciliated is, again, as the
Present.
name is saying, ciliated means
Cilia की presence.
cilia's presence, that is over the surface of the columnar epithelial tissue. Here there will be the presence of the basal bodies, and from where arises the fine hairy projections called as cilia. So that makes a ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Where there is a movement in the organs, where there is a movement of the materials across that organ, where it is required, so the cilia, they are helpful. These hairy projections, they are helpful in moving the materials, right, across the organ. So these are the ciliated epithelial tissues. Now the next is the glandular epithelium. So glandular epithelium, some of the cells of the columnar epithelial tissue or ciliated columnar epithelial tissue becomes modified, forming the gland type of the structures. When they form a gland type of structure, let's say this is the cell, and they form a gland type of the structure. That is, they show the projection to within the body of the cell. When such a projection is made, this is the projection, this is the wall of the cell. When such a projection is made, these kind of the structures, they are called as the glands. Glands can be unicellular, can be multicellular. These are called as the glands in common, and the secretions provided by these glands in general, they are called as mucus. Mucus is the secretion which is provided by the gland. Okay, that is in common in general. Otherwise, the glandular secretions, we have provided them separate name in the separate organs. For example, if the glandular epithelium of the stomach is providing the secretions, we have named it as the gastric enzymes, the gastric juices. Similarly, that of the bile juices, gastric juices, pancreatic juices. So that is, we are naming them on the basis of their location, where they are found. Otherwise, it's a general name gland and a general name that is a mucus. It is MOUCOUS, mucus. Okay, that which is a general name given to the secretions provided by the gland. So glandular epithelium tissue, right? Glandular epithelium tissue can be categorized accordingly. According to the number of the cells, it can be unicellular, multicellular, and according to their role, according to the secretions, they can be endocrine, exocrine. Endocrine glands, already we have studied from the chapter of chemical control and coordination chapter. Endocrine glands are those which provide the secretions in the form of hormones. Hormones, and they are also secreted not into the organ which is attached to that, they are secreted into the bloodstream. And from there, the target site, which is far off placed, so it will be providing the secretion to those particular organs. Okay, so that is the endocrine gland. What is exocrine gland? It provides a secretion in the form of hormones or enzymes. I told you about the endocrine as hormones, na? I think enzyme term nahi bola maine. Endocrine provides the secretion in the form of hormones, and exocrine provides the secretion in the form of enzymes. I don't remember what I spoke just now. If it is okay, then just clear it off if I have spoken something wrong. Endocrine secretes hormones and exocrine secretes enzymes. Okay, right. So coming to the next is the connective tissue. Connective tissues, yes. Connective tissue का क्या role है बताओ? What is connective tissue? हाँ जी. As the name is saying, connective tissue provides the connections. That is, it acts as a cementing layer. It acts as a cementing layer between the two of the organs between the two of the tissues. So it acts as probably a connective layer. Okay, so that makes a connective tissue. So connective tissues are further of the different kinds. What kinds of the connective tissue we have studied? First, we have studied of the areolar tissue. What is this areolar tissue? Where it is found? Yes,
beneath the
areolar.
skin.
Huh? Between
Ma'am,
skin
skin.
and muscles, है ना, beneath the skin and above the muscles, that is between the skin and muscles. So connecting our skin with the muscles, that is when our skin is properly stretched, the muscles are also properly stretched. आप जब भी फिस्ट बनाओगे ऐसा, तो उसमें क्या है, स्किन भी आपका स्ट्रेच हो रहा है और साथ में आपके जो मसल्स हैं वो भी स्ट्रेच हो रहे हैं. आपकी स्किन जो है वो लूज छोड़ी हुई है जहाँ जहाँ पे हमें बेंड करना होता है, तो नेचर हैज लेफ्ट इट लूज. तो जब भी आप इसको स्ट्रेच करोगे, इट ऑल द रिंकल्स, ऑल द जो इसमें रिंकल्स पड़े होते हैं, they get stretched. ठीक है, so that is the skin along with the muscles, they are totally stretching. That is only because of this areolar tissue that is combining the two layers, that is the skin and the muscle layers. Okay, so this is areolar tissue, and there are different types of the cells which are found in this areolar tissue. What are those cells? Yes, what are the different types of the cells which are found in the areolar tissue?
Fibroblast.
Fibroblast, what is the role of it?
Ma'am, they secrete fibers.
They secrete two types of the fibers. The two types of the fibers that which provide the elasticity as well as the rigidity, right? So that is the elasticity is provided by the what kind of the fibers? White fibers or the yellow fibers?
Ma'am, yellow.
Yellow elastic fibers होते हैं, and white are the collagen fibers. Yellow are made up of the protein that is elastin protein. Okay, so elastic fibers made up of elastin protein, and the white fibers, they are made up of the collagen protein. So you may be also knowing this proteins, that is elastin for the elastin for the yellow proteins, for the yellow fibers, and collagen for the white fibers. Okay, so these are the और कौन से cells होते हैं इसमें areolar tissue में? Mast cells, macrophages, that which has a phagocytic action. Mast cells and macrophages have the macrophagic action, that is they are having the phagocytic action. Phagocytic action means they are to provide the action in such a manner that they engulf the material, and when the engulfing is taking place, the material that which is a foreign particle which is harmful to the skin or harmful to the inner organs, that can be killed there and then. So it provides a first line of defense also, you can say. So these are the areolar tissues, right? Then next to this, we have studied the adipose tissue. What are adipose tissues? Adipose, that is the fat cells, are stored within this layer of the tissue, that is the adipose tissue. So fat cells ki deposition, that makes the second type of the tissue, that is the adipose tissue. The third kind of the tissue which we have studied, dense regular tissues. Dense regular tissue कौन से होते हैं? हाँ जी. What are the different types of the dense regular tissue? In which
Tendon.
the, हाँ? शिवम बताओ. हाँ जी शिवम. Here, dense regular tissue, that is the one that in which the fibrocytes, that are the fiber secreting cells, they are compactly arranged neck to neck. है ना, मतलब बिल्कुल जुड़े जुड़े एक प्रॉपर एक फॉर्म में अरेंज्ड होते हैं. दैट इज इन द रोज दे आर अरेंज्ड, दे आर नॉट स्कैटर्ड, they are arranged in the form of the rows. So proper dense regular you can say arrangement of these tissues are there, so hence forming the part that which is also very rigid one, right? So those parts that which forms further, that is of this type, they are the tendons and the ligaments. Tendons and ligaments are the dense regular tissues, right? Tendons join bone and bone, or bone or a muscle?
Bone and muscle.
Bone with muscle, and ligaments join bone with another bone, right? So the next is, after this we have studied the skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue, two types, bone and cartilage. What are the bone cells called? Osteocytes. And the cells of the cartilage? Cells of
Chondrocytes.
Chondrocytes. And the cells of cartilage are called as chondrocytes. The cells of the bones are called as osteocytes. And they also show the proper arrangement In the case of the chondrocytes, that is in the case of the cartilages, you will be studying about the arrangement of the cells forming the small empty structures which are called as a lacunae. And also within the skeletal tissue, that is in the bone, there are the small, you can say, empty structures which are called as the Haversian canals, around which there is the arrangement of the osteocytes in the concentric circles. Concentric circles क्या होते हैं? That is one circle और उसके बाद दूसरा, उसके बाद तीसरा, उसके बाद चौथा, मतलब सर्कल के अंदर सर्कल, ठीक है? तो concentric rings की forms में the osteocytes are arranged forming the compact structure which is called as a bone. Okay, so this is a bone and the cartilage, and the fifth kind of the structure which we have, fifth kind of the connective tissue which we have studied, that is the fluid tissue. And there are two types of the fluid tissues which we have studied, that is blood and lymph. The blood and its components already studied in brief, properly, thoroughly, that is in the, you can say, chapter that is the body fluids, right? So there only we have discussed the different components of the blood fluid tissue, that is the blood and the lymph, the different components of the blood, and also what is their role, what are their structures, everything we have studied there. Otherwise here from this chapter, you'll be only getting the comparison between the blood and the lymph. Who has more of the proteins, blood or lymph? Yes?
Blood.
Blood has more of the proteins. And who has more of the fats, blood or lymph? Fats are present in more in lymph or blood?
Lymph.
Lymph. Fats is ज़्यादा lymph में होती है और proteins ज़्यादा blood में होती है, ठीक है? Coming to the muscular tissue further of three types we have studied. The first was the striated muscle tissue. Striated is also called as skeletal. Striated is also called as skeletal muscle tissue. Skeletal because it is a voluntary type of the muscle tissue, that which functions with our own will, and being striated, being this skeletal, they provide the movements that is with our own will, with our own wish, right? So striated and skeletal. Why striated? Because of the presence of light and dark bands. Those light and dark bands we have already studied and we'll be revising it still in the locomotion chapter, right? And why skeletal? Because it is attached to the bones, and hence the bones, they are moving because of this muscle tissue, that is a striated muscle tissue. Then the second is the unstriated muscle tissue. Unstriated muscle tissue, they have the special structure, that is they have the spindle shape. And what is the other name given to these unstriated muscle tissues? It is a smooth muscle tissues. These are also called as smooth muscle tissues because there are no striations, so unstriated, and these cells, they are arranged in the form of a smooth sheet, that is all arranged in properly manner, that is all the spindle shaped structures arranged one after the another. So this is the unstriated muscle tissue. It works as in involuntary form, that is involuntary actions are provided by these. So involuntary type of the muscle tissue. But when involuntary, it is also there a case of cardiac muscles. जब हम involuntary की बात करते हैं, तो cardiac muscles as the third muscles are also there muscle tissues. So this is the cardiac muscle tissue. This is a cardiac muscular tissue. So cardiac muscular tissue is also found as an involuntary type of the muscle tissue. Being cardiac, named as cardiac, it is to help in the contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, so that is the cardiac muscle tissue. Which of these three are the branched structures? Yes. Which of these three are the branched structures? Only cardiac ones. Cardiac, they are the branched type of the muscle tissues, right? Which of these are uninucleated? Uninucleated. It is the unstriated or the smooth muscle tissue. Which of these are showing the presence of the intercalated discs? Which of these are associated with the intercalated discs? Striated, unstriated or cardiac? Hanji? That is found in the cardiac muscle tissue. So that is the cardiac muscle tissue. It is having the intercalated discs, right? Then the nervous tissue. Coming to the nervous tissue, for nervous tissue, we have studied the cell, that is the nerve cell completely, the structure of the nerve cell, which comprises of the two parts, that is axon and the cyton. What is the cell body called as? Is it axon or cyton? The cell body?
Ma'am, axon.
Cyton.
Cyton, yes, it is cyton. Cell body of the nerve cell, that is cyton. Cell body, that is the cyton, that which comprises of all the parts of the cell. जिसके अंदर सारे parts of the cell हैं, यानी जिसके अंदर nucleus है, then it has the organelles. All the organelles are present except the centrioles. Then there is also the Nissel's granules which are present, right? There are the branched parts of this cyton called as dendrites. And what is the one unbranched but elongated part of the cyton called as? It is axon. ठीक है? One elongated part, that is जब इसकी branching होती है cyton की cell body की, it is a star-shaped structure like this, right? So all the edges they are branched, but one that which becomes elongated. The one which becomes elongated that forms the axon. Otherwise, all the edges they are branched, and being branched also, they are having the U-shaped structure, that is the receiving end at the last point. That is the dendrites. They are U-shaped structures. The dendrites for the receiving of their signals, right? And the axon, after getting some height, that is after traveling to a particular length, then it becomes branched, leading to the end structures, which are the small knob-like structures called as the nerve endings. Okay, the knob-like structures, these are the giving units, and dendrites are the receiving units of the nerve cell, right? Coming to the axonal part, they are surrounded by the Schwann cells. Schwann cells, if secretes the myelin, they become the myelinated neurons, and if the myelin is not secreted, they become the non-myelinated neurons. Okay, so a bit of this revision from this chapter, and the rest you will be doing it on your own, and tomorrow we'll be discussing the questions. Sorry, day after tomorrow, that is on Monday, we'll be discussing the questions from this chapter. So revise this chapter.